Mabuhay pageant fans! Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hey Adam G. Kumusta na kayo guys? Guys, by the way, thank you so much for all the positive feedback that I have been receiving from you. It really warms my heart to read all your messages, reading your appreciation for me. So it really reinvigorates me to keep doing what I am doing, even if sometimes nakakapagod na with lack of sleep and stress from some negative comments that I am reading here. But I guess hindi talaga maiiwasan yon, and I am glad I have already developed a thick skin or somehow become immune with this, as I feel like this is part of the territory. And moving forward, guys, what? I feel so kilig that the gods that be has finally granted our wish for Miss Universe Philippines to hold a live telecast this year, as it announced that its live telecast of the finals will be streamed via ktx.ph for a certain fee again, with replays on ABS-CBN digital platforms and GMA7 TV station this coming weekend. So, guys, huwag na kayong umangal sa presyo. Isipin nyo na lang, tulong na lang natin yun sa organization for appreciating all their hard work and sacrifices just to be able to pull off this year's edition. So since our wish got granted that we would be able to watch a live telecast this year, I also hope that MUP will get former beauty queens to judge, or even pageant personalities within or outside the organization like Voltaire, Tayag, Roger Flores, and Norman Tino, because they already know the technicalities behind it, and people like Voltaire or Sir Roger already know what MUO is looking for in a winner. Because I know last year, diba, they got former beauty queens like Janine Tugonon, Ariela Rida, and MJ Lastimosa to judge, because at that time, the question in everyone's minds was, who can win Miss Universe? Diba? However, for this year, with only 2 months left before Miss Universe, the question now in everyone's minds is, who is ready from these 28 girls to compete? And it is in the same manner that I hope Rabia Mateo will wear something from her original designer Junji Candelario for her final walk, while sporting a mermaid hairstyle, which I feel like is a good throwback to her winning look in Miss Universe Philippines last year. Because I feel like if she does this, I feel she has come full circle from the first time that we met her. And along with that, the time has finally come for me to review my final top picks for this year's Miss Universe Philippines! Diba? We have seen all the official 28 candidates showcase their goods in the crucial pre-pageant activities like the national costume, closed-door interview, and the preliminary swimsuit and evening gown competition last weekend. So, who among this year's candidates has what it takes to take on the challenge and bring us back to at least a top 5 finish in Miss Universe this coming December? Well, after following all these girls and analyzing everything for 2 months, I now present to you Hey Adam G's final hot picks for Miss Universe Philippines 2021. At number 16 is Ayin BERNOS from San Juan City. I think Ayin will get the fan vote this year, given how she has been leading in the Lazada voting app right now. But I feel even without the fan vote, Ayin has really shown us that she has what it takes to be part of this year's top picks. And why not? She has proven to all and sundry that she can overcome any challenges that may pose along her way, diba, towards her dream of becoming a beauty queen. While for me, she did not possess, the typical standard of beauty or height that we normally associate with an aspiring beauty queen, she still showed us that one's hard work and determination will still make you succeed in this arena. Diba? Aminin nyo, she cleaned up so nicely with her pasarela, and she lost so much weight to achieve that sexy body for her swim. So it's really awe-inspiring and commendable talaga. And how I just wish that she has a gown that would really suit her aesthetic or complement her kay Manggi Morena storyline here in Miss Universe Philippines. Kasi diba her storyline has been loving your own skin. And I am, I am not your typical pageant girl, but you came out with this pink dress. She came out with this pink dress that which I feel did not give justice to her skin tone. So for the finals, I want a gown for Ayin that will really highlight her skin tone. So it is in this aspect where I would humbly suggest for her to wear siguro a red carpet gown for a change, where it will show more of herself, or any gown that will portray herself as an extraordinary girl with a mission to change the landscape of the pageant scene. 'Di ba? I would really like to see that. Kasi with that rose pink gown that she wore during prelims, I feel she lost her branding or message there, as she more looked like someone who is really trying hard to become a beauty queen, when her narrative has always been embracing your unique self, or her unique self or identity in this pageant. So I hope she could still work on this, given with only 2 days left. Maybe siguro find a gown that will bring this aspect that while still showing her newly acquired pasarela skills. And now let's go beyond her candidacy naman. If Miss Universe Philippines organization wants to be strategic, then they could probably appoint Ayin to boost its image or popularity with the latter's numerous digital platforms, which I feel could give MUP more media mileage as well as exposure for other girls in the court, like similar to how tinuturuan ni Ayin si Katrina na mag-TikTok. And I feel like it will be such a brilliant move for the organization to have a girl like Ayin. I mean, diba, aminin nyo, we have seen this kind of similar move from Miss Universe Thailand organization, wherein it appointed Punika Polfa to be the runway trainer of the eventual Miss Universe Thailand winner for the competition, just to streamline or professional things, diba? Professionalize things. So in the same way, not only will this be beneficial to our country's rep, but a whole new market and career opportunities will be also be in store for Ayin as well. So for me, win-win situation, diba? And now we go to our number 15 spot, and I'm giving it to Jane MINIANO from ROMBLON. You know what, and at this point in time, there is nothing but love and hope I am feeling for this lovely young woman for Miss Universe Philippines. I love how she is now being considered by everyone as a shoo-in in their top 16 picks after she came out in that preliminary competition last weekend. I know she might not have the hype or fan base to boost her candidacy, but I hope she powers through with that same level of intensity and great styling she displayed during preliminary competition. Kasi let's face it, this girl has been on upward trajectory lately, and if she showcases another great styling on her presentation with her mile-long legs and bewitching beauty, she could really surpass our expectations. And sa totoo lang guys, ang laki-laki talaga ng potential ng batang to. Kumukuda na, ang ganda, at ang linis pa ng lakad, at ang haba-haba pa niyang tignan on stage. So, there is nothing she can't do at this time except probably we support and hype her. Lumalaban talaga tong batang to but for now, I am putting her on this position so that she could become more seasoned and pro next time she joins MUP or other pageants. And now we go to our 14th spot, and I'm giving it to Sam Santamaria from Parañaque. To be honest guys, when Sam was initially introduced as one of the camp's entries for Miss Universe Philippines, I initially did not see it, the Miss Universe aura in her. But slowly, with the help of her team, she propelled to the top by not changing too much about herself, but more like highlighting her features in terms of transformation. And just look at the finished product. Her packaging in MUP was true to herself. And for me, her branding here is very alta. And kitang-kita mo naman na with the way she showcased in terms of her looks and wardrobe. And, diba? And in terms of her body naman, there was no need for more transformation, as I feel she is so sexy, which leads me to conclude na pasarela skills na lang talagang kulang for Sam at this point in time. Because as what we had seen during preliminary competition, she kinda looks tentative with her walk, as I feel she is calculating in her head on what to do next, as everything else is there already. Like yun nga, sinabi ko, yung styling niya, yung body, beauty. So, overall, walk na lang talaga ang kulang sa equation to give Sam that overall packaging. So right now, what I would advise her at this point in time is to just let go. wag na siyang mag-overthink because sayang it's already there. Now, having said this, I feel like if she joins again next year, assuming she works on her walk and other flaws while sticking to her camp team or whoever is grooming her, she can easily win next year. And number 13 on my list is Corrine ABALOS from Mandaluyong City. Corrine ABALOS for me is easily one of the most beautiful faces in this year's competition. Her sensational body proportions are similar with Precious Lara Kigama na although at 5'5" in height, she looks so toned and taller kasi nagagawa niya ng paraan yung styling niya because of her great body proportions. If you check out her preliminary performance last weekend, her gown in prelims looks so amazing because I thought she had an Ariela Arida moment there wherein that yellow color jump out of that skin tone. So having said this, what she needs to improve now is her presentation skills because I feel like nahihiya pa siya ng konti sa lagay na yan. Dapat, you know what, at this point in time, bigay todo na siya dapat because I still sense some reservation from her, whereas girls like Kisses and Ayin and other girls who are almost at her same height, bigay na bigay talaga sa mga performances nila. Now, I do a bit understand where her hesitation is coming from. As I understand, she is also not brought up that way considering that she comes from an alta family na, you know, it's something na she just cannot easily brush off. So, sayang because I think she has what it takes talaga. If she really ends up going to Israel, I really feel that she will really thrive there because I see her doing an Olivia Culpo moment with her strategy of just giving us that face. Which, sa totoo lang, ang ganda-ganda talaga. Ang ganda ng mukha niya, ang nipis ng ilong niya, and ang napaka-expressive ng eyes niya. And yun nga lang, she doesn't realize it. So, yeah, for me, Corrine really has what it takes to make it to the top. That it's just that she just needs to believe in herself more na kayang-kaya niya because her face is really everything. And now, number 12 on my list is MIRJAN Hipolito from Angeles City, Pampanga. For me, MIRJAN has one of the classic Filipina faces that remind us so much of our past Miss Universe representatives like Ariela Arida, Janine Tugonon, and Miriam Kiambao na kayang-kayang lumaban sa Miss Universe. So, you can see that there is so much potential in her. And I feel like kayang-kaya niyang lumaban sa Israel na full support ng mga tao. Diba? However, her styling choices lately have been a hit or miss. Now, when she nails it, she really, really nails it. But when it's a miss, it really pulls her down. Like, take for instance her prelims gown that was inspired by the angels from her hometown. I do see the reference though, as that voluminous sleeves on her right shoulder represent the angels, the angel wings of her city that is known for. But I feel it was very overwhelming for her. Had she worn a simple gown like what Cristel Abello did on her preliminary presentation, I think she would have had a moment there. Kasi diba, her handlers have been drumbeating her resemblance to both Miriam and Janine, which I wish she took advantage of it because ang delicate talaga ng mukha ni Miriam, and I feel like she really did not need too much fabric to ace this round because her face alone can already do the talking. So all she has to do is find that right gown and complement it with a great styling, which will highlight her lovely face even more. And number 11 on my list is Chela Falconer from Misamis Oriental. No doubt, this girl just slayed just when it mattered the most. You know, I feel like she is really the biggest surprise of the night. I say this because prior to the prelims, Chela has not been living up to the hype. Because ever since she announced her candidacy for MUP, everyone was just so excited for her. So, when she started until the prelims interview, I thought she was lost and natatabunan talaga siya. But during the closed door interview and prelims, I thought doon talaga siya napansin, like, wait, where did this girl come from, diba? So I realized Chela Falconer will always be Chela Falconer, na she is always underrated and underestimated. But here is my problem with Chela right now again. As I do this video vlog, napapansin ko, I know that all the girls are in Bohol right now for the finals night, and I feel, napapansin ko, she is fading away again. And so this is why she has to be consistent with her showmanship, knowing that it's almost crunch time. Just like what I have been advising the other girls, she really needs to go all out with this one, and I'm hoping she will be able to sustain that intensity of her performance na binigay niya in the preliminary competition come coronation night. So having said this, I think she's one of those girls who doesn't need to change her gown for the finals, because I feel if she still shows up in the finals wearing the same sexy red gown she wore during the preliminaries, I will be so happy. Kasi dalang-dala niya talaga yun, and I thought she had a moment there. Diba? So for Chela kasi, why still fix it if it ain't broke already for her, diba? You know what I mean. And now we go to our top 10, and number 10 on my list is Kisses de la Vin from Masbate. To be honest, guys, Kisses makes MUP such a memorable pageant to cover, diba? Because of her. I just love everything about this woman. Since she signed up for MUP this year. And partida ha, she is the most bashed candidate, pero she still turned out to be the most celebrated one, especially after the preliminaries with that awe-inspiring performance. So kudos to her team for being able to transform Kisses in a short amount of time. Na talagang bilib ako na how Kisses was able to take in all the criticism that she more looked like an actress or celebrity during the start of the competition, but towards the end, nagawan nila ng team niya ng paraan yung hair, makeup, and wardrobe niya for MUP. Cause I see Kisses doing well, and kayang-kaya niya talagang makipagsabayan sa mga top girls ng batch na ito, and she wouldn't really look like a sore thumb based on her performance, and her fans will be really proud of her. I feel like Kisses is so young that she can still join again with a newfound confidence and maturity. And number 9 on my list is MAUREEN WROBLEWITZ from Pangasinan. How can you go wrong with that face? That face is really made for the universe to see and behold. There is no doubt MAUREEN has been making us so excited since joining Miss Universe Philippines. Her stock as a professional model is a glittering addition to Miss Universe Philippines this year, as her transition as an aspiring beauty queen from top model has been very, very commendable in my own opinion. Now at this point in time, do I see her with a Miss Universe crown on top of her head? Yes. Yes, a big yes. However, do I see it now? No. Yup, because I feel like at this point of her burgeoning pageant career, I feel like she is still raw to be sent to an international pageant so soon, and I feel like she needs more time, to be the best version of herself. Don't get me wrong, guys, because for me, she really could still make it to top 5, but I think she really has to address her styling issues, especially with her prelims, evening gown performance. I think the look that would really suit her for finals is really yung bombshell waves na she had sported during her runway challenge video, which I think made her more look like a grown-up. Diba? Ganun din bang napansin nyo? Since I mentioned her nga na yung gown niya na rin is the culprit of her slipping in my list, I also would suggest her to wear a gown that will really showcase her pasarela skills, because that's really one of her strengths as a model. And having a structured gown like the one she wore during last Sunday was really, did not allow us to see that. So if I were MAUREEN right now, I will really showcase my assets and strengths with only a few days to go, because that face and catwalk skills are really her strengths. So having said this, in case she doesn't win, it will still be favorable on her part, as I think the good side with MAUREEN is that she is so raw that if ever she wishes to join another pageant again in the near future with a better skill set this time around, kayang-kaya na niyang manalo, as I find her very, very transformable pa. And number 8 on my list is Cristela Bello from Maclan. I really have to commend this girl for being a risk taker, as she is the only candidate who dared to join again despite the odds. Is she succeeding this year? Yes, big time, because she is so different now with her packaging while improving her pageant skill set. Na no doubt her girl next door persona and her communication skills are really helping with this one, because I feel like those two are a lethal combination that any beauty pageant orc will love and I think her partnership with Sherry Verick this year brought out the best in her. Naomi Campbell and Azedine Alaya na parang nagkaroon sila dito ng bigla ang designer-muse relationship na lahat ng questions natin about Cristel styling last year, lahat na address ni Cristel this year. From her makeup to her wardrobe, lahat bumagay talaga kay Cristel as she was able to showcase it as a person na, alam mo yon, who is a very chill surfer girl who is blessed with a sensational body and great fashion sense. So for me, she can also get to top 5 easily despite ranking on my 8th overall position. So what do I think she needs to do to get to top 5? For me, what Cristel has to do is to showcase her bright and youthful vibe or personality when she walks on stage. And unfortunately, I did not see that during her prelims for performance because for me, she really needs to inject more personality because backstage, we see her bubbly, but it does not translate when she walks on stage despite having that queenly aura. So gets nyo. Now, if she is able to do that and infuse her bubbly personality to her walk on stage, that could finally get her to top 5. And if ever she gets to top 5, she will really place higher, given that she really has great communication skills. And now we go to our 7th spot, and I'm giving it to Leren May Bautista from Laguna. You know what? When she joined Miss Universe Philippines this year, I thought she is a huge risk taker in life as joining another pageant despite being a title holder from different national pageants where you thought she is already happy and content. Diba? But lo and behold, Leren came full force in her second attempt to win the Miss Universe Philippines crown. And now with a different organization, she pulled out all stops with her photo shoots by hiring the right glam team and stylists to bring out the best in her. And kita mo naman with her output na we call situational dressing. Kumbaga, what she wears is always right for the occasion. Say for example, when everyone is wearing gowns and pantsuits when they finally boarded the bus to Pampanga, she really stood out there as by wearing just coords that was very comfortable and stylish. Yung kung ano yung sinusuot niya, palaging very akma sa event. So, nakakatuwa yun. Ako lang ba nakakapansin nun? So, for this year talaga, you can say that, she is so relaxed but still able to maintain that bronze goddess and regal persona that we all come to know and love about her. Now, let's talk about her performance during preliminaries. Her walang baklaan attitude can be interpreted as lack of oomph or pasabog or no growth at all. But if you look closely to who she was in her binibini stint before, makikita mo talaga yung growth niya as a confident woman, especially when we talk about her communication skills. Kayo ba ganun din ba ang napansin nyo? Now, at this point in time, if you will ask me, can she get to top 5 pa rin? Having said this, a big yes. Will she still have a difficult time getting to it? Yes also. So how will she get to top 5 easily on Thursday night? For me, if I may have to be blunt about it, she just needs to do some tweaking on her catwalk skills na, sige na nga, tatagalugin ko na nga. Kailangan pa niyang konting landi sa camera. Because I feel yun ang gusto ng mga judges when girls like her walk on stage. Yung konting smiles naman dyan, Leren. Pero hindi naman yung sobrang baklang-bakla like Gazzini during Binibining Pilipinas Finals last 2019. Yung parang konting smiles or hair flip naman dyan, Leren. 'Di ba? Because feeling ko yun na lang yung kulang para makapunta siya sa top 5. Magawa lang niya yun, ita-top 5 ko talaga si Leren as I feel nakukulangan talaga ako ng konti. So, if I were Leren right now, please do everything in your power to win because this is your second and last chance to win MUP. Ibigay mo na like this is gonna be the best performance of your life na. But for me, the best asset talaga of Leren in this competition is her face. She has this power to look so expensive despite wearing a sexy swimwear because of her sheer facial beauty. So for me, in order for her to showcase this on her swim performance in the finals, she needs to do a hairstyle or she needs to do her hair in a high ponytail para lalo pang makita yung mukha niya. And then combine it with a little smiles. Wow, I am telling you, she can easily get into top 5 with that smile because, because that hairstyle in her swimsuit performance last time, I feel like covered her face entirely. So sayang because ang ganda-ganda talaga ng mukha ni Leren and she needs to show it to the whole universe for the very last time. And now we go to our top 6 and I am giving it to Bea Luigi Gomez from Cebu City. For me, Bea Luigi Gomez is one of the most interesting candidates to watch in the second edition of Miss Universe Philippines because I feel she's the antithesis of what a pageant girl should be. That she was just so different and refreshing to cover sa MUP. And kita nyo naman na she is very open about her sexuality and her relationship with her girlfriend. Tapos she also has tattoos and is never afraid to show her real self when she uploads her materials on social media. You can see that she is very unafraid to show herself and it's just so refreshing to see girls who are celebrating their truth with an organization supporting that, diba? Because let's face it, guys, in the past, we have seen girls who hide their tattoos with concealer or girls who are so proud and open about their sexuality but only to return to hiding to their closet once they become an official candidate because it will really affect their chances once they go out or come out on the public. So now, as you can see, she came so close to my top 5 list. And I have to be objective about Bea right now. Although she performed the best in swimwear during prelims, yes, you can quote me on that. Siya talagang pinaka-best performance ko sa swim. I feel she did not perform well compared to my top 5 girls during the preliminary interview. Now, having said this, I also wouldn't be surprised if Bea gets to top 5 in the finals because if she will be able to give that same level of energy and pizzazz as what we had seen during preliminaries, because I feel, diba, she was the best in swimsuit there, then a top 5 is really in the cards for her talaga. Sorry guys, yun nga lang, I just have to be objective about her since I also have to consider a lot of things that I had seen from her previous performances. So that's why I am ranking her lower here in my list. But to be honest guys, if one of my top 5 girls, which I will reveal in a little while, do not deliver as expected from them this coming Thursday night, then Bea could easily sneak in and trump them over. And now we go to our top 5 and number 5 on my list is surprise! Jasmine UMALI from Manila. The girl who has been winning fans and critics alike for the past few weeks. I don't know about you guys, but for me, Jasmine really moves and walks like a Miss Universe as she doesn't have to try to get your attention. For me, Jasmine really reminds me so much of what Demi Lainel Peters' memorable Miss Universe interview last time that that a Miss Universe should easily captivate her audience once she enters the room with her beauty and charm. Ganun ka-mesmerizing si Jasmine in my opinion talaga. I know she might not have the huge machinery like the other girls pero napapansin talaga siya through her own merit. Tapos her beauty is something both girls and guys would love kasi the guys wouldn't really be able to resist her charm and sexiness while her fellow women won't find her beauty too intimidating to look at. And that kind of description shows the kind of beauty that Jasmine has in this competition. Yung alam mong sexy pero hindi bulgar, 'di ba? Na hindi siya bastusin yet very very charming. So this is why I am putting her in my top 5 as I feel it will be very strategic for MUP organization. Why? Kasi I feel this girl has a very commercial and bankable face who could easily attract a lot of sponsors. Not only that, being locked in for a 1-year contract with the organization will give her more time to hone her talent and pageant skills and build her credentials further. So by the time she turns 26 next year and decide to join MUP again, she will really become a formidable contender there. Because guys, I really see a bright future ahead of Jasmine if she knows how to play her cards well. So, kung ako ang Miss Universe Philippines organization right now, hindi ko napakakawalan itong Merlin na ito as I really see a huge potential in her. And for those saying na she should join another pageant after MUP, I beg to disagree guys. Sorry, as I only see universe in her. Yeah. For me, she is such a high caliber girl na her beauty will just be put to waste if ever she joins other pageants. And so with the level of performance and showmanship that Jasmine has showed last weekend, I really feel I am very confident to say that it will really merit her a top 15 finish. But the way she would perform on stage, imposibleng hindi mag top 5 yan because kung magkakaroon man ng interview portions in between sa finals this coming Thursday night, this girl will still be able to answer, and kitang-kita mo naman sa closed door interview na she might not be one of the best there, but she was very, very charming. Tapos sa preliminaries, ang galing lang talaga ng performance niya overall there na you might ask, given the superlatives and compliments that I am giving her now you might ask, given the superlatives and compliments, why I am putting her on the last position of my top 5 list. It is because siya yung pinaka-raw, but there is just so much potential in her, and it would be foolish if pakakawalan pa siya ng MUP organization, as I feel she would definitely benefit from the organization's connections, machinery, alam mo yung training, diba, after, and feeling ko it would really make her a better candidate ala Samantha Bernardo in Binibining Pilipinas before. Remember when Samantha first joined Binibining Pilipinas, she was everything already at that time, as we could see also her potential there. Pero yung training na nakuha ni Samantha for 1 year sa Binibining Pilipinas, benefited her until her third try, and now it's very similar to how Binibining Pilipinas has also been grooming Gabi Basiano na alam mo yun, bata, tapos ang tangkad-tangkad pa. So, 'di ba? Baka nga talaga sumali ito. And now we go to our number 4th spot, and I'm giving it to Victoria Velasquez Vincent from Cavite. Am I the only one noticing that VVV's candidacy here in Miss Universe Philippines is very positive and like to follow? Yung walang halong negativity or excess baggage, as there is no point of comparison to look at, as she is so unburdened with expectations from previous stints. So she always comes out as a delightful surprise, diba? So for example, we see her fellow frontrunners being compared to their previous pageant stints, but when it comes to VVV, we couldn't do the same thing. So when she finally comes out in all her performances, we can't compare her to anyone else. You just really feel light and good. And sa totoo lang guys, what I also love about VVV here is that I feel she has mastered the art of elegance already here in the competition, as I feel she is able to showcase that with ease during the prelims and closed-door interview. Because let's face it, guys, elegance is something that is not so easy to fake. And props to VVV for mastering it, even if she is only a neophyte in the pageant scene. That says how fast a learner is VVV. She easily just absorbs things just like that. But for me, what I am so amazed at Victoria right now is her being a very thoughtful beauty in Miss Universe Philippines. I really consider her a very intellectual person, and it's very refreshing that we can see that from a beauty queen, and that makes you think. Now, when she talks, she has so much passion, and madadala ka niya talaga sa mga sinasabi niya. Like for instance, when she uploaded that photo of the Clark Airport on her Instagram account, mapapa-curious ka talagang basahin. Na probably it's because of her architectural background, pero the way she words her captions, maiengganyo ka talagang basahin, 'di ba? So like, ano ba meron ngayon sa Clark Airport, 'di ba? Bakit biglang napapost siya when in normal times hindi mo naman papansinin yung mga photos about Clark Airport, 'di ba? So I feel she is someone who is not afraid to tackle serious topics, as she uses her platform to challenge everyone on their beliefs, such as environmental issues, 'di ba? Nung preliminary closed door interview, she might look soft and timid, guys, but it takes so much guts to do that. Confident talaga tong si VVV. Hindi siya takot makipag-usap with you about politics and etc. So, nakakatuwa na nadadala niya tayo with intellectual challenges for her foray in MUP. So, for me talaga guys, ang masasabi ko na lang, her fate na lang will depend if she will come out of her shell on Thursday night, because let's face it, she is up against girls like Katrina, Steffi, Janela, who are girls na laban in all aspects, and Victoria couldn't afford to be too timid or reserved at this time. So kailangan talagang lumaban talaga siya. Kailangan palaban siya talaga come Thursday night. But no doubt, once she becomes more aggressive on stage, kayang-kaya na niya talaga. The thing with Victoria is that her brand of Miss Universe is very sweet. But if she is able to channel her own fierceness on finals night, then that could spell the difference for her. And now we go to our top 3, and I'm giving it to Steffi Rose Aberasturi from Cebu Province. The unbeatable Steffi has always been a candidate to watch out for from the very beginning. You can see that there is hunger in her to win from the very start. From all the materials that she released, diba? Her biggest strength talaga is her beauty, because I feel she has that undeniable star quality and regal bearing, which you can't ignore. And then she has this celebrity following pa, so it could really be hard to ignore her by the organization as well. So I think it will be strategic for the organization to crown her as well, that she is able to bring so much noise to the pageant in whatever she does because of a great team behind her, from her stylist to her personal to her Q&A trainers and handlers, na hindi talaga mahihirapan ng MUP organization sa kanya, as her styling team is already in place, especially with Miss Universe happening 2 months from now, diba? Because let's face it guys, her face is something na kayang-kaya talaga mag-transition from commercial to high fashion. Similar to how Catriona and Demi Nell Peters did it during their respective years. So there is so much bankability on her, and nakikita mo naman sa kanya, kayang-kaya mo siyang ibenta sa iba't ibang brands kasi hindi very niche ang market niya. You know what I mean? So for me, I guess her fate will depend na lang on her nerves, if it will get the best of her or hindi. As you can see talaga guys, Steffi is a great conversationalist when it comes to casual interviews, but becomes nervous when it comes to tough Q&A questions. And I feel like baka dito siya madehado, as she tends to get nervous, which affects her delivery na rushed. Unlike other girls at top 5, I see baka dito madehado talaga si Steffi, but I feel if she is able to control her nerves, she might be able to come out with an iconic answer. And now we go to our first runner position, and Janela Quaton from Albay takes it. You know, Janela for me is a very beautiful woman who hopes to bring back the crown to her home province, Albay. You know, for me, para siyang si Ruby of this batch, na parang kapag pinagsama-sama mo silang mga girls, there is a tendency for her to get unnoticed as you are more drawn to other front runners. But her preliminary performance and closed-door interview made us see her in a different light, na for me, she can turn when it's showtime, na she is able to turn on that switch and she is able to command the room and gravitate towards her all of a sudden. And not only that, guys, for me, her defining moment came when she spoke from the heart during the closed-door interview. And so, there is no doubt that whether it's her intelligence or her wit, it will easily win over the judges, whether it be a casual interview sa top 10 or top 5. And she will definitely score high there. Diba? So I guess for me na lang, her fate will depend on her styling choices on Thursday, because I feel merong side si Janela na may pagka-experimental na hindi bagay sa kanya, as evidenced by the bright yellow, bright blue na Gen Z styling na very young that she sported during the first few days of the competition, which I feel hindi talaga bagay sa kanya. So I hope that she styles herself the way she had styled herself during the preliminary competition, as it really did wonders for her. Now, if she can do that again on Thursday night, for sure, it will really propel her to the top. So yeah, don't discount out Janela on this one. But my overall pick for Miss Universe Philippines 2021 goes to Katrina De Maranan from Taguig City! No doubt, guys, Katrina really lived up to our expectations, as she showed over the past few months why she deserves to be our representative to Miss Universe in Israel this coming December. Why? Because she was able to quickly adapt to what the organization wanted. Now, we need a girl who could fine-tune her every movement right there and then. And she has shown it over the course of time. Because if we base it from our experience in Miss Universe last time, we learned so much from it, since I feel we had a different preparation for Miss Universe that time, that we focused too much on the ability of our candidate to respond well to Q&As, that we weren't able to pay attention to other things. So by the time that the pageant was happening in Florida, ay, biglang nag-iba na pala ang hinahanap ng Miss Universe organization ngayon. So, you know, if you apply this to Katrina's case right now, Katrina gave us her branding of a frontrunner by responding to criticism well, wherein people had a lot to say about her and she was able to do it calmly. Na she was able to respond to it calmly. Remember at the start of her campaign, she herself said that she wasn't pageant ready with her body, but she was able to transform it in just a month. So yeah, pinakita niya talaga sa atin that she was really able to do it. Next, when we criticize her personality for being over the top, remember dun sa interview challenge 2 months ago, she responded by tuning it down and changed her accent, as evidenced by what we had seen from her performance during the closed-door prelims interview last week. So you see, she listens talaga. And to be honest guys, she doesn't have to address this problem, because if you have watched Katrina's past Q&A since her first national pageant, you can see that she has been very calm na, diba, when it comes to replying to Q&A questions. Now, when it comes to her pasarela, she might not have the strongest walk during the runway challenge, but kayang-kaya niyang makipagsabayan, and she showed it to us during prelims. So, we really need a girl who doesn't need a huge fix or training for Israel very, very soon. So, you might still ask, what does Katrina bring to the table that the other girls don't bring? Well, for me, it's her storytelling capabilities that set her apart from them. Yung halos lahat ng nangyari sa kanya in the past, she was able to infuse it cohesively on her photo shoots and narrative without being too pilit. Like how she paid homage to her Lola for her Natcos inspiration, highlighting her love for our skin tone through her glossy photos and her homelessness situation without being too sobbing about it here. So she really owned her narrative and can rise to any challenges and criticism that might come her way by the time that, we envision her competing for Miss Universe, wherein she will really wear our sash that has so much hype, expectations, and weight on it, na feeling mo she will really carry our expectations well, knowing she has proven her worth in the tough world of pageantry. So we need a confident woman who can do that, na while being at the same time approachable, relatable, and with good substance. And I think Katrina has shown this side through the IG stories of Miss Universe Philippines, wherein she was showcased working with these various MUP sponsors, na she was having fun and easy to work with despite having a lot of them for a day. Na she is really ready for the task, and as early as now, I feel like she is already giving us a preview of what she is capable of, if we ever send her to Miss Universe very soon. And if she succeeds on Thursday, there is no doubt that she will be able to bring our country back to a top 5 finish at the very least in Miss Universe this coming December. So there you go guys, what do you think about my MUP final leaderboard? Does it match yours? As you can see, I tried my best to be very objective about this, as I base my judgment from everything that I have seen from them since day one. Well, if you don't agree with my list, it's okay. You are free to disagree with my list. So just keep your comments lang. Just make sure to keep your comments lang clean and constructive, okay? Alright guys, here we go. Ito na. Bukas na natin malalaman sino ang pambato natin sa susunod na Miss Universe. Judging from the performances of these 28 girls last weekend, talagang masasabi ko, may laban talaga tayo sa susunod na Miss Universe. Alright guys, see you on my next video. Bye!